Good evening to you, one and all. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday VanLife show. This is February 12th, 2025, and I am really happy to announce by all of my really awesome accounting skills, this is episode 200 of What's Up Wednesday. We've been doing this for 200 weeks over the years. So it's a pleasure to have you here. Whether you're on the live stream, we see a great group in here already tonight, or you're watching the replay. This is a pretty popular program worldwide. I'm going to prove that to you here in just a minute. This is what the topic is about tonight. Please hold.
I think it's connected to your device.
Please hold. We are having audio. Nope, I'm fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. If you can give me a thumb up that you can hear me okay. I'm using my microphone here, but somebody's using my AirPods in back. So want to give a big shout out to everybody that attended VanLife Fest with all of us that joined. I think we had about 22 vans, and we had a great time at the Florida Space Coast. Even got to see a SpaceX launch on Saturday, which was pretty awesome. The event started on Thursday. And we just had a great time. It's just a great time of fun, fellowship, laughs. I was out of it because of my oral surgery that happened last Tuesday. And David Green, thank you for the thumb up on the audio. Kyle's in the back watching a movie, so he's panicked that my audio is coming through over there. Anyway, so I have another quick update for you. Then we're going to get into the meat of the matter tonight. And if you've been kind of following, where's my thing? My fingernail issue. This happened about a month ago. Yeah, that's not going to work right there. Guess what happened last night? The fingernail fell off. It was so gross. I sent you that little video. Some of you got that video, and I'm going to tell you, it is absolutely disgusting. We actually painted my nail red at VanFest. Thank you, Russ. And it's pretty gross. My brother suggested I make a piece of jewelry out of it. And I know this doesn't come through very, very well. I'm sorry to give you the sort of the finger, but it is going to be a very deformed fingernail for a long time. Last thing tonight, wherever you're watching from in the world, this is a full moon night. So when you go out tonight and look at the moon, we're both looking at the same full moon, and it's really, really great. All right, let me kind of show you what we've got going on tonight. This is kind of Ask Me Anything about van life. So here are some topics. We've already got some pretty good questions coming in. I see that. So I appreciate that. But these are topics. I've been doing this for 6-year anniversary was back in October, so I'm in my 7th year. So there's not much I haven't been through around this topic. Let me zoom in here for you. This is a survey I did earlier today. Organization and storage in a camper van. I should say in a camper van. Organizing and storage of camper van. That's not how to store your camper van. Anyway, so number one question was that one. We'll talk about that a little bit tonight and get some of your tips as well. Safety while traveling was popular. RV systems. Something else, please comment your question. And here's a couple of comments down below. So we'll get to those here in just a few minutes. And I'm really excited about Ask Me Anything nights. We also like to know, where are you watching from, and what is your current fuel price locally, and what is the weather like? I know there's a big winter storm headed to much of the country. Down here in Florida, it's pretty awesome weather. It's 80 in the day and 70 at night, so it's pretty awesome. And if you can help me with the question format, this will make a big difference. 3 stars, 3 asterisks, 3 question marks helps me see your question more readily. Thank you, Sherry, for using that. Scott, are you presenting at the virtual project Sun Life? What is your topic? I will get that. Yes, I am. And urban camping. I'll give you more details on that in a minute. And if you have a comment that you definitely want to be seen, please use 3 asterisks, 3 exclamation points, and that helps me see your comment to be shown on screen for sure. That really helps things out a lot. We will be saying howdy to folks throughout the hour. I'm going to cover a few of those questions right off the bat, and then we'll start going down the howdy to everybody in the live stream chat tonight. So don't be shy, please. And by the way, we added Germany to the worldwide program here. I might have to kind of do a. I'm not sure how to get to a. Where is my cursor? There we go. There's a lot of countries in Europe, so let's keep them coming on. We've got nobody in the continent of Africa nor South America yet. So we'll see. We just love to put your flag on the map. If you are watching from somewhere else, that's always great fun. So let me get through some announcements quick. We have a lot of events coming up, really leaning into this year. This is let me zoom in here for you. So every Wednesday we do What's Up Wednesday, the What's Up Wednesday VanLife show, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Join us, put in your calendar. Really happy to say that this Friday, February 14, Halloween Day. I've had nothing to drink. It's Valentine's Day on February 14, and we got a sweetheart of a deal for you, and that is Embassy RV will be joining us to talk about a B van versus a B plus RV. They make both now, and we have super exciting announcement to say that Bob and Deb, who went from a Dolphin Class B van to a Cape Cod B plus rig, they will be joining us as well and talking about their experience in both vans to help you kind of determine which one is better for you. So it's a comparison of which rig would make you help you travel better. And Bob and Deb have been up to Alaska in their Cape Cod, so they've got some real world experience on that. So don't miss that. Join us at 4 p.m. on Valentine's Day, February 14th this week. Also, next week on our What's Up Wednesday show, we got guests, VanLife Outfitters. They really help people get their van gear on, whether you're a DIY project builder or you are a somebody wanting to upgrade some of your components, or you're just looking for really good advice. They offer all that in spades, and these folks are also the producers of Peace, Love, and Vans. So we'll be talking about that as well. So you don't want to miss that. What's Up Wednesday next week. And then I want to mention the Roundup we're doing on Saturday, the 22nd of February at 12 p.m. in Gainesville at Satchel's Pizza. And I'm really pleased to say that Sunshine State RVs stepped up and they're buying the pizza. You probably have to buy your own drink, but because they serve craft beer there, which is pretty good with pizza, right? But thank you, Nick and the whole Sunshine State team. They will be paying for the pizza, and I think they're going to join us for a little bit of that meet and greet. That's Saturday the 22nd. And then to Sherry's question, I am speaking on February 27th. Life on the road is the general topic for that day, and I am really drilling into camping, campgrounds, harvest host, and urban camping, which is really discreet on-street parking. How to do it without getting the knock. So there's a URL down below that. It's free. You can buy a paid ticket, and you can get access to all the programs. Pretty cool thing there, and don't want to miss that. A couple more things. Hang tight. We've got a Van Bree camp out on February 28th to the 2nd of March in Stark, Florida. They have camping and day tickets, and I think day tickets are going to be as popular as anything because you get to go see these amazing adventure vehicles of all types. RVs, vans, expedition trucks, adventure vans, ... There's a URL, thesaveexpo.com. I'm going in a day early to kind of scout things out, and if I can figure out a place that we can meet and then come in together, that would be awesome. That'd be super awesome. So that's the deal there. And then in March, I think the following weekend, we're doing the Van Bree camp out at Peace, Love, and Vans. We've been talking about this for a while. We got a bunch of folks coming, over 100 vans, I think, associated with Go Small, Live Large. We love that, and it's going to be great. They still have general camping tickets available, as far as I know. We'll get the straight scoop from VanLife Outfitters next week. And I've added a new roundup. Get ready. Yes, this is going to be a roundup meet and greet in Lake Worth Beach, which is just south of West Palm Beach, Florida. We're going to do it on Thursday, 19th of March at 10 a.m. at John Prince Park. It's a Palm Beach County park. If you've been there, they also have an RV campground. It's a huge, huge complex. And we're going to meet for about an hour. So if you're in the area, come see us, talk about vans and all that business. It's a little tricky, this location, because it is so big. So you'll want to enter the park on South Congress side. That's what I circled there. And you kind of come into the road and there's a stop sign. You turn left. And then there's the big parking lot. You'll see my van, I'm sure. It'll be very obvious right there, so you can see it. So if you're not doing anything on the 19th of March at 10 a.m., it's just a few days after Peace, Love, and Van. So if you're in the area and you're kind of hanging out in Florida, let's do a roundup, and that would be great. All this is on my website and updated. And so there you go. So we got more things planned. Stay tuned, and it's going to be great. Okay, so let's get into the content tonight. I'm going to answer these questions and say hi to folks. This is the question format, and this is the comment format. If you can hook us up there, that'd be great. Okay, van life. Again, these are some of the topics. I'm pretty familiar with most of this. I only talk about things I've experienced, so none of this is guesswork on my behalf. And what I want to do is answer some of these questions that were posed. Where'd my cursor go again? Ooh, maybe I need a libation. Should we have a libation first? I've kind of introduced many people to Coors Banquet at the VanLife Fest. Nothing wets the whistle quite like a cold beer. Oh, those are tight. Let me know what you think about turning my gross fingernail into a piece of jewelry. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, that's nice. I got water standing by, too, if I need water. Okay. So what I would do is answer this gentleman's question here. And the question is, a lot of people buy an RV but end up not using it. How should someone figure out if they will use it or not? Says Northern Man 22. I think that's a pretty great question. I think the way I would answer that is kind of think through your why you want an RV. Why do you want a van in particular? And then kind of figure out what your style of travel might be like. Let me know if you've heard this tune before. I think a lot of people get the craze. They go to the RV shows, they get all excited, but they never really figure out why do they want to travel in an RV? Why do they want to travel in a camper van? Because I think unless you've kind of figured out the why, you really can't be making any decision on what floor plan will enable your why and what RV systems will enable your why. If you're really not sure you want to travel that way, my advice would be to go rent a couple of different RV styles. Maybe it's a big old class C. Maybe it's a B plus, like a leisure travel van or an Embassy RV Cape Cod. Those are pretty hard to rent right now, I'm guessing, because there's not many out there. And then a van. Find a van, go to RV shows, watch YouTube videos, and see what kind of floor plan would work for you. So that's how I would kind of answer that from the get-go. The other thing I would recommend is determine your hobbies and what would be points of interest in your travels. So for mine, it's historic districts, it's architecture, it's art, it's saloons, it's small towns, it's history, it's culture. I'm not going up into the woods for 2 weeks communing with mosquitoes and moose, because after about 2 days, I'm like, I'm ready to go see some civilization and some light at night. So I think by determining your why, a little bit of your how, and then what would you want to travel to? I think that would be great help in determining to get your trip on, get your journey on, and get moving. Make a list of where your friends and family live. Those are easy ones if they're nearby. So kind of set up a bit of a trip plan over a few months, number of trips you can take. So it gives you a reason and a deadline to get out the door. I think a lot of people, talking to RV dealers, Sunshine State RVs would be one case where they buy them and they just kind of bring them in and they're scared to use them. They're not really sure or whatever. And they just never get in motion. And that's very sad. So I think some of that will help eliminate some of that. And then at Prees 1997 says how to keep a van cool enough traveling and or living with a dog in Florida. Well, that's a good question too. A couple of tips I would give on that is I would definitely have a lithium equipped coach. that charges while you drive. I would stay out of sunlight. Keep the van out of the sunlight. Makes a dramatic difference on how much more the thermodynamics are in your favor. Reset your expectations. It's not going to be 70 degrees. It's going to be 75 or 6 degrees in your van. Why? Because it's a steel van. Got some insulation, I hope, but they really can't insulate because you're in a steel can, like a B plus. That's a huge advantage of a B plus because it's a fiberglass box on the back of a chassis, like Wingham, right? It's a big monocoque fiberglass shell, so there's no thermodynamics in play there. So those are some tips I would give. Kind of do your route plan a little bit so you are chasing nice weather. This time of year, northern Florida is a little bit cooler, and that's what I would probably. I would also put a sign in the window about you have a pet inside in a climate controlled vehicle. Put your phone number on it, and that the video surveillance is in use. And what you don't want is somebody seeing a dog in a van that's locked, and they're going to freak out and call the police, and they're going to try and rescue the dog. All hell be damned on your RV. So if you're a dog van owner, excuse me, it's warm in here. I should have turned that down a little bit. Put a sign in your window, and that will help prevent any problems there. I did the same thing with my cat Luke when he was traveling with me. So there you go. All right, let's say hi to some folks and keep the questions coming in. I see some great ones already. So this is the part of the program we love to say hi to everybody. So Bubba Staines, I have no idea what you're talking about here. Can life orgies on a Murphy bed? Probably not. Let's see. Here's Bill and Joe. Good to see you, gentlemen. It's been a long time. Hello, Scott and my Woo family. Looking forward to seeing, if not all, most of you at the Peace, Love, and Vans. Had a great time at Van Fest. You guys are super great. And if you're ever having some technical support problems, have Bill be the guy calling your problem in. He's pretty amazing. Here's Jane and Roger. Hi, Scott. Roger Jane from Byron, Illinois. Snowing, 21 degrees. Holy cow. I wouldn't mind a little snow. It's warmed up here, southern Florida, a little bit. So here's Sherry. She's coming in from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Temp is 44. Looking forward to seeing everybody at Peace, Love, and Vans. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be so great. Here's Denim in the house. Evening. Rainy. Winder, Georgia. There's David. Howdy, y'all. He's got back from Missouri trip. Yeah, looking forward to Friday, Scott. Denham's referring to the Embassy RV live stream about Cape Cod versus the Dolphin Class B RVs. So thank you for that. Here's Mason Mike. Hey, everyone. I know I've been AWOL for a while, had a lot going on. I hope 2025 brings good news and a change. Mesa, Arizona, 61 degrees. That's got to be pleasant. We miss you, Mason Mike. So, yeah, as time allows, please join us for the live streams or for any of the events. We will be going, we'll be doing some live campouts and roundups starting, in March, but starting up in northern Indiana at the end of February, and then kind of winding down to Georgia, and then kind of wiggling all the way back up. So we'll be doing a lot of in-person Van Breeze and roundups over the coming months. So I'm super excited about that. Probably hear a big announcement on Friday. Don't want to give everything away right out of the gate. Let's see. Here is EEA. Good to see you again. Back at High Springs, 73 Clear Skies, 360 Giesel. Looking forward to Expo, Peace, Love, and Vans, and a trip west in April. Van Fest was a blast. Yeah, we had a great time. It was, and actually can make some mean meals on the side of his van in his cooktop. That's pretty awesome. And Ashley just keeps, or Peggy just keeps all this in line. It's pretty great. Here's Gumbo. Hi, y'all. Good to see you. And here's Rob. We got to see him at Van Fest. Van family currently in Fort Lauderdale driveway surfing. Nothing better than that. Are you Bill and Joe's? Oh my gosh. Here's John. We saw John and Sue. Hi from Orlando. What happens at Van Fest stays at Van Fest. But we did meet our new hero. Yeah, she was amazing. That was definitely a highlight for me. She was great. Yeah. And we actually managed to have some booze left over, as Jack would attest. Here's Georgia Jack. Greetings to all VanFest friends. Georgia Jack and Pam coming out from Patrick Space Force Base. Ooh, that's got to be cool. Appreciate that. Here's Matt O. Happy Woo to all who celebrate. Yes, 200 episodes. Endless Epic Adventures, EEA. How do you pack for multiple seasons? That's a beautiful question. I kind of lean toward where am I going to spend the most time and what type of weather. So I would not have any winter gear with me. I have kind of a light jacket, got a couple of sweatshirts. I think I have 4 pair of pants, and I got like 8 pairs of shorts. Got some t-shirts, a lot of dress shirts, and I could layer if I need. But if you're going out, my advice would be if you're going up for a trip in cold weather, kind of shift some of that. So you have more of one type for cold weather, and vice versa. If you head to Baja, Mexico, near the Gulf of America, I would go the opposite way because it's not going to get cold at all. So more tank tops, sandals for sure. I'd have different kind of shoes. I had a bad lesson learned again at VanFest on shoes. I should have been wearing my regular shoes, Instead, I wore sandals, and it turns out I got all kinds of fire ant bites, as it was verified by the doctor on Tuesday this week. So it wasn't. So that's what I would do for packing. I have a different couple hats, ball caps, stocking caps, and cowboy hats. Why not? But that's what I would recommend. And if you're coming back to home base, you can do laundry along the way if you're out for a while. But that's how I would answer that. Hopefully that helps. I have just enough to kind of get me by in most temperatures. Not so much in the cold. Anything below 30, I would probably be not going. Here's Abigail. Hey Scott, what's up? Nice to have you here, man. Appreciate that. Here's Rod in the house. Does anybody know if Justin will be at Peace, Love, and Vans? I'm pretty sure he will. Maybe we'll. Here's Eric Toller. Hello from Plant City, Florida. Temp 75. Ready for the Save event on the 27th. Yeah, if you have any, if you've been there before, either you or EEA, it would be my first time, so I don't know what a good meeting spot to go in together would be. So I'll scout it out. I paid for the early entry ticket, so I can go do it on a scouting mission and then find a place, and then I'll leave and then come back out and then go go in with everybody so we can be together because it's just more fun. Here's Four Corners, middle of campground in middle of Georgia. Hi Sharon, good to see you here. She's in a Travato now. We're very proud of her. It's so great. Abigail wants to know, how was VanFest? I thought there was going to be another live, but I never saw it. You're right on that. We did one with the vans. There are a lot of the school bus conversions, the schoolies as they're called. And I just ran out of energy, to be honest with you. Recovering from the oral surgery, and Kyle joined me on one night, so that kind of threw a wrench in a good way into the work. So the schoolies are very interesting. A lot of families are in them, but yeah, sorry to leave you hanging there on that other one, but hope you enjoyed the live we did do on. Here's Sherry. We did this one. So are you presenting the virtual project? Yes, I'm doing urban camping, discrete on-street parking, and other types of campgrounds, I would say. And I'm also doing that same talk at Peace, Love, and Vans. I did it there 2 years ago. Got some new content around it, and so we'll be sharing that. Here's Matt. Ask anything. Would you rather travel in a van with a Chihuahua or a cat the size of a Great Dane? How about none of the above? Chihuahua's not bad. Folks got to meet Maxine. That's Kyle's mom's Chihuahua, which was pretty good. She's a great little dog. But I'm really after a cat, so I should have a cat decision here in the next few weeks. Why does a beer always taste good? I don't know. Thank you, Matt, for that. And there was some big dogs at VanFest, right? I mean, they should have had saddles on and had the kids riding those things around. Thank you for my nail, Abigail. I appreciate that. That's pretty funny. Here's hi, Kyle. He's in the back of the van. You got 6 to 8 inches of snow happening? Holy cow, that's great. Let's see. Gumbo said hello. And Abigail, thank you for being here. Appreciate that. What is the difference between VanFest and VanLife? Are they just different van get-togethers? Well, van life is kind of the act of traveling in a van, whereas a van fest, I would say, is a gathering of people that are traveling in a van, doing van life. But as we saw at Van Fest, all types of rigs were welcome. There were DIYs. There was a lot of innovation in the DIY segment. There was car campers. Hero, she was in her, whatever that was, quite a few car campers. I was really surprised. There was a big storyteller pod, and Rose of Life was there. So I think that's how I would, Van Fest or any van gathering is just getting people traveling in their vans together around a common topic. Maybe it's going out by a lake and just getting some vacant land in a national park or something like that, or a forest, national forest. And that's kind of the distinction, I would say. I call them van breeze, campouts. Call it what you like. We all have a great time in whatever you're in. And if there's an event that's happening with day tickets, day guests to show up, I would highly recommend that, because you get to talk to the owners, you get to tour the vans. Raise your hand if you went to Van Fest and found that to be really interesting to see how other people travel. And it's pretty groovy. It's really groovy, actually. I saw Baja in here somewhere. What was it? Here's Matt. Oh, he wants to go to Baja. I think that's been punted to later in the year, next year. I'm not sure. Looking for questions, and then I'll give you a couple of. I know, it's so gross. Actually, it looks better now. It was funny. I went to the dentist last week to get my oral surgery thing done, and I'm trying to save my bottom front 3 teeth. And the dentist thought I was trying to make a fashion statement because my nail was all black. And I'm like, what do you think of my Halloween finger? She goes, I thought you painted it to make a statement. I'm like, nope, that's a big boo-boo. And then Russ, and thanks to Jane, so Tarzan and Jane, thanks for bringing out the red nail polish. It was after a beer or two, so his accuracy was not great. And I didn't know how long to let nail polish dry. Apparently it takes a while. And I had nail polish everywhere on me. It was the funniest thing. But I'm glad the black nail's gone. It looks much better. In Michigan, up to 8 inches. Lake effect snow, right? Let's see. So here's a extra night ticket for the Save Expo for the 27th. Is that the early entry? I can't remember. Is this a joke to get us out there spraying weeds with Roundup? No joke. We do Roundup. I just think meet and greet's kind of plain. We get together, we round them up, and we talk about van life, vans. And hey, Raymond, glad to be here. Mr. Driggers, thank you for that. Yeah, no room in the van for Roundup weed killer, but I might be applying some fire ant stuff. I got, hopefully nobody else had the problem I had this last weekend. My nail. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in, I don't know. By the way, I got a beta fish in my van now. This is Tonto. You'll get to see him at here soon at the Van Fest, or the South Adventure Van, whatever. Get the point. Checking in from Cedar Rapids. Hey, James, what's up? Snowstorm. Yeah, more coming. Let's see. So let me, mountains and moose people, not so much. That's why I like small towns, 100%. So here's Abigail. I'm in a travel trailer right now. It was one step into the dream. Yes, ma'am. Start where you can. We met a lot of people at Van Fest. Thank you for that, Abigail. Literally, what was the one? she bought a vintage, I can't remember the year, 1996 something. It was a Chevy van that was converted into an RV. She bought the van for like $2,500, spent another 16 grand, updating the systems and rebuilding the engine. So for under 20 grand, she had I would argue, one of the coolest vans at the festival. It was vintage. It was turquoise inside. It looked like a marine yacht, all the wood and everything. It was so cool. It had a mirror in the ceiling. So it doesn't take gobs of money to get going. If you just want to do car camping for a couple of nights, I think it's really important just to kind of get your dream in motion. You can't steer a parked car, right? Here's Frisco T, Beyond the Fern. She's got an awesome channel, got a new van. She's got a Nuvo Light on a Ram ProMaster. She moved out of a Beyond Li3 on a Ford Transit. Hi, everyone. 78 degrees in frostproof Florida at Harvest Host this evening. Woohoo! We love Harvest Host. Thank you for... We just had such a great time. Let's see. Thanks for the on-air. Yeah, it's cool, right? Trying to do something a little different. Back here's a little bit of a mess, so we're doing it from the... Here's Fernando. Good to see you. That ice fisherman is so smart, not in a lazy way. So you're talking about the... Embassy RV live stream we did with Terry taking us out ice fishing. Very different use case for having a van that's 4-season capable. And when you have one that is, you can actually do stuff like that. So it's like go in, really freezing temps. And he did that in that van. And so that is really great. I appreciate you saying that. There's a Hensky on my rearview mirror. Yeah, keep my eye on Kyle. You see him back there? I don't think so. Here's Mateo Todd. You're such a cool guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just plain old me, but I appreciate that. I'm trying to be as cool as I can and just transfer the dream. Van life is my passion. It is my destiny. It is my devotion. So thank you. Cheers, everybody. Here's Craig. Let's see. I got a couple more questions on so I want to talk about some traveling. So what are some best ways to travel in a camper van? I wanted to talk to you about, Harvest Host. A lot of people have Harvest Host questions. We'll talk about safety and some organizing tips. So let me just kind of get through these. We're at the bottom of the hour. Craig, good to see you. Hey, Scott, 58. Rainy in Hoover, Alabama. Gas $2.69 at Costco. Wow. Nick and I talked about you at Coachman last week. Oh, that's cool, man. I appreciate that. We love Nick. Recchio, he's the GM of Coachman RV's B van division. I would argue they had one of the better new vans at the Super Show, the Pixel. If you're shopping for a Solus, please do yourself a favor and look at the Pixel by Coachman. I think you'll find the value quite good. For what you're getting. It's pretty amazing. There's Day 49 saying it's snowing in Virginia. And let's see. That's a good idea. So he says winter gear's on the roof till I need it, Eric. That's a good point. So if I like have my sweatshirts kind of folded up and tucked up in my wardrobe. My coat hangs and my raincoat hangs at the door. It's kind of clutterish, but it really won't fit anywhere else without really taking up a lot of room. I'm used to it. I got my hats on the coat hook, so I'm kind of used to that. But putting up there and maybe with some heavy duty winter gear is not a bad idea. Gulf of America, oh yeah. So, yeah, it's a good point. Coming in from Chicago to Peace 11 Vans, I will need 2 wardrobes. Excuse me, nose is sweaty. I don't disagree. Yeah, this is my 3rd run at Fire Ants. My first experience was in Alabama last year at a KOA of all things, and I thought I would have to amputate my foot on that one. This is a 3rd time. I kind of looked for him. I didn't see him, but I just learned a lesson that if I'm in that type of grass area and there's sand and all this stuff, I'm just going to wear shoes. The good news is because I've been bitten by them now twice, this being the 3rd time, the itching was significantly less. The blisters were a little, sorry if you're eating dinner, but a little bigger. But it kind of scratch them and then put the antiseptic stuff on them and clean them up, and they heal really fast. So I'm really glad that. But now I learned a good lesson again. There's Tony Penny Wander. Tony Penny Wonder. What are the options to black tank, not cassette? Great question. We love talking about toilets, and we've made it a half hour without doing so. Here's my suggestions. If you don't want a cassette, you're probably looking at a dry flush toilet or a composting toilet. I do not have experience with a composting toilet. Many in this audience do. I would say the dry flush I do have experience with through Embassy RV, and it's really a great system. If Ashley can put in the comments the toilet we saw that they're experimenting with, it's a similar idea on the dry flush. Lavio is the brand toilet, but it's considerably smaller, considerably less bulky cartridges. And actually, if you can type in what that is in the chat, I would highly recommend that. You can move it around. It kind of folds up, and then when you need to use it, you kind of fold the legs down the stand. It's smaller in overall stature than the Lavio, but the great thing about the Lavio is you can move it around too. Frisco T has the Lavio dry flush in her Nuvo. So when she wants privacy in the bathroom, she uses a Lavio in the bathroom. And then if she's showering, she puts that Lavio device up front and out of the way, and then has all that space inside the shower, then just puts the toilet back. So it's removed. There's no plumbing involved with either of them. They're electrically powered. It's like kind of a diaper genie on steroids. So those would be the options. To no black tank and no cassette. Maybe a portable toilet, which kind of comes with a storyteller on some of the models. It's really a Honey, I Shrunk the Porta Potty. Can't imagine that's a great experience, but that would be. Anybody else have any ideas on that? I've had my black tank for, and it's worked flawlessly for since October 2018. I will be experimenting over the next few months with different toilet systems, I'm happy to say. So I'll have a more broader concept on that. Let's see. There's Frisco T helping us out. So Ashley said we get to Expo on Thursday. So do I. So maybe we can meet up someplace and go in together. I've never been in this area, so I'm really new. I might run up this weekend to check it out, just so Stark, Florida from West Palm Beach is just like 30 minutes away. So maybe I should do that. I have a better idea. Love that shirt. Thank you, me, myself. Have you thought about trading in your van for another? Yes, many times. Great question. No, I'm not breaking up with Lily, Miss Lily. But we might be having an open relationship. I might have a few mistresses in the coming months. More about that later. But I certainly couldn't get any money for this because of the mileage. So 100 and almost 45,000 miles now. 7 years old. People, everything still works great. But I'm probably in it to win it on Miss Lily for the rest of my life, which is just fine. I got everything exactly as I like it, including my art gallery in back. Some of you saw that. So as things kind of do break, it just kind of fix it, right? But it kind of happens in your residence. So what's kind of cool about the shirt is actually it's inside out on purpose. So the dark color is on the inside, and it has this kind of faded look. I'm totally into going Goodwill, thrift store, clothing shopping. We might make a video on that. That's part of VanLife, I think. Just kind of get tired of it and change it out, right? Why not? Bought it for $6, bring it back, donate it, and do it again. Great question. Thank you. Let's see. Here's Piggy owns Madeline, aka Yoda. Not sure what that is. That style of toilet you guys had? Don't know. Here's Justin. He's got no watch from Jacksonville. Lovely Cracker Barrel. Ron, if you mean me, then yes, I will be at Peace, Love, and Van. So we can always count on a good time when Justin's around. Just in time. We have a good time. Here's Shelby in Milwaukee, one of my favorite towns. Bunches of snow. Good to know. Name the cat. I need to get the cat first. Thank you, Dave. Let's talk about safety while traveling. So keep your questions coming in. I'm really enjoying this. So on our, well, let's talk about organizing and storage. If you attended our Patreon RV Organized Workshop a couple of Saturdays ago, we covered a lot of these topics. But I think a couple key things is to repackage food. A good example is if you are getting a bag of spinach or you're getting a bag of potato chips, half the bag is air. So if you just let it out a little bit, roll it down, put a clip on it, you will save copious amounts of space storing air. Same goes for repackaging like a rotisserie chicken. Take all the chicken meat off the carcass, the bone, and put it in a Ziploc bag, discard of the carcass, bones, and you'll be shocked at how much more room. I can do a rotisserie chicken. I do this in the parking lot of the store I'm buying it at, and then throw all of the garbage away at the grocery store. Pretty cool. But I can get a whole rotisserie chicken down to 1 quart-size Ziploc bag, which fits very nice in my fridge, which is pretty awesome. I would highly recommend rolling your clothes, t-shirts, pants, shorts. I showed in that workshop how stacking them is really cumbersome, very space consuming and tough to get out. Whereas meaning out of the cupboard. So I would encourage folks to roll their clothes. I learned that from Kate Russo a long time ago. Don't overpack. That's a hard one. Don't overdo it on stuff. Ideally, things would have 2 uses. And I think that the key to having a happy van travel experiences is just removing not so much clutter, but just making sure everything is put away. So we still have stuff on the galley counter over there, and it's driving me nuts because it should be someplace. It shouldn't be on the counter. It just makes it look cluttered. And if you're used to kind of organizing, maybe there's bins, maybe there's boxes. They can fit various things. Like I have all my audio gear and video gear up above me in the pizza oven. And I think the other tip is just keep trying. I just reorganized my van again about 2-3 weeks ago, and I was stunned at how much stuff I did not need, and how much better effectiveness it is at getting at things I need in a minute versus a few seconds. And I just keep iterating, and I just would encourage you to do that. And Frisco T is probably going through that with her Nuvo, right? And what I need to do is in the coming weeks, just get the van out into the driveway and just take everything out of the van. I'll probably make a video about that and give the van a really deep cleaning. And then again, put things back where it worked from a storage and organizing standpoint, and a good opportunity to get rid of stuff I don't need. So that's my safety while traveling. Anybody got thoughts there? I think common sense, being aware of your surroundings. If I'm street camping, I'm not trying to be in a dark place. I like to be in a lit place. Put your blinds up if you feel the desire. But I think it's just what's the word I'm looking for? Where you are aware of your surroundings, and if it's sketchy at all, just drive along. I don't think I do have bear spray in my van in case things get really kind of hairy. But in all these years of travel, I've only got a knock once in a Walmart parking lot, of all things, in Tennessee. And I've never had anybody bother me. Never felt like I was in an unsafe area. There's some more comments about RV systems, so we'll get through that. And so let's keep going on that. But hopefully that helps a little bit. Ask me anything on van life. Here's Shelby saying, I like your on-air sign. Thank you. Appreciate that. Try and change it up every week. Eric is giving some advice here. So the Van Fest was the in-person, and then VanLife virtual summit is on the 27th. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. Here's Robert. Wow. Thank you, sir, for the tip. Generous tip. Appreciate that. Great to meet Kyle, and fantastic to see the Go Small Live Large group at VanFest this year. See you at Peace, Love, and Vans. Thank you. It was great seeing you. Appreciate that tip. That's really awesome of you. And we just had a great time, right? We kind of had our own section because we all rolled in together. We invited some others to come join us, and some did, some didn't. We saw. Thank you, Matt. It was great. We'll see you in Peace, Love, and Vans. That's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to that. Here's Matt. Scott, you already grossed us out with the nail. We do not need to see the fire ant damage. Yeah, you're not going to see it because it's my feet are under the table. So Abigail's saying, I saw the van and I'm thinking that is my next step. Well, the great thing about a van, it's a compromise, right? When you put your van in park, you are at camp. And you can do everything in your van. It's really great. There's no setup. There's no tear down. If it's kind of sketchy out, you just put it and drive and off you go. But it's small inside, even with two people and a pet. It's small in size, so there's a compromise there. So I would thoroughly approve your step into a van. Here's my beta fish was named Lieutenant Troy. Oh yeah, if you love Star Trek, you get it. Betazoid. Isn't she a Betazoid? She was great. If they'd only put a skin tight suit on her, it made her even more amazing, right? I love Star Trek. I'm a huge Star Trek guy. Star Wars, I don't quite get it, but love Star Trek. And what's the other one we were watching? Hawaii Five-0, the old one with Jack Lord. Huge fan of old Hawaii Five-0. Here's Matt out of Memphis. Appreciate all the info you give. I'm a month and a half into living in my Travato 59K, loving it. Congratulations. That's a great floor plan, a very popular floor plan. So good job. Here's Australia in the house, Qantas. That's cool. Here's JB. Great question here. Very important for people that are wanting to be connected, working from, doing charity work, on the road. What do you use for internet? I have a couple things. So my primary source of internet these days is the T-Mobile 5G gateway. It's made for residences. I bought it at a Van Expo in Chattanooga a couple of years ago. It works beautifully in about 85% of the places. Speeds are really great down and usually pretty good up. It needs to be plugged into the electrical system here, so I have to have the inverter on to run it. But I'm usually in motion enough that is no problem. Turn off overnight, turn it back on in the morning, and if I don't need the inverter, it goes off at night as well. So that's kind of my primary right now. It's what this show is running on. It's just like having residential Wi-Fi. It's really, really sweet. And then, so it's running off T-Mobile. The other thing I have is a, get it out of here without dropping everything. A jetpack from Verizon. So this is a jetpack, unlimited, grandfathered in unlimited data. I have no idea how many gigawatts I run through the T-Mobile system, but when I was using it, this was my internet source. It's unlimited. They only throttled me a few times early on, but and back then I was using about 500 gigabytes in a billing cycle. This is Verizon, so this is kind of Plan B. And either when T-Mobile is not great, Verizon is like this, and sometimes it's the other way around. On my iPad, I have T-Mobile. My iPhone is Verizon. So I think having two different carriers, so a little bit of failover is super important. If I'm going to someplace outside of the van and they offer Wi-Fi, my big suggestion, JB, is to get an app called Speed Test, literally called Speed Test. And I'm not as worried about these days because I have this awesome T-Mobile setup. But if I'm going in to spend money, if I'm going in to get Wi-Fi and I kind of spending money to get access to the Wi-Fi, I test the speed first before I buy a lunch, before I buy coffee. Early on, I spent a lot of money where there's a Wi-Fi thing in the window, right? Go in and it was useless Wi-Fi, like RV park useless Wi-Fi. So now I test the speed using speed test to see if the Wi-Fi is worthwhile to spend any money there. And sometimes they're password protected, and I tell the cashier, whatever, here's what I'm doing and why. And if your Wi-Fi is useless, take out your sticker out of the window, and I'm not spending my money here. I'm going down the street. That saved me a lot of money over the time. So that's what I'm doing. Some people are using Starlink. I don't have Starlink. It's I don't have space on my van roof, number one. I don't go in the woods very often, so I don't need that kind of connectivity in very rural areas. Great question. Thank you. Here's Eric, or actually, I didn't see the name of it. All right, here. Nope, that's not it. I didn't see the name of the. He's talking about the toilet system, small, compact, and cheaper than Lavio. I think he found it on Amazon. Yeah, I love Lily. I'm already missing her, and I'm in it right now. People recognize the van before they recognize me. It's pretty funny. Thank you, Jane and Roger. Let's see, looking for some questions. Oh, I have a cat for you. He's sweet. I didn't mean to be really young. It has to be a boy. Not had great luck with female cats. I'm really excited. Frisco T. Yes, I have some things that I need to get out of here. I have a big plastic container for the Starlink that needs to go. Yeah, I mean, if your boxes fit and stack and they fit in certain spots just perfectly, those are great. Otherwise, everything I got is in something squishable. Because the things squish, you can kind of move them around. Yeah, this is intuition. That's great. So VanLife with Steve for safety. Don't draw attention to yourself and always follow your gut. 100% agree. And if I'm rolling into a place and it's a coffee shop or I don't know, a bar, restaurant, and it's a cute town, I want to street camp, I go in and spend $4 on a coffee or whatever and talk to the person. Here's what I'm doing. There's my van. You can see it right there. I'm going to probably stay in one or two places. Is this place safe overnight? They'll tell you right away too. So they probably recommend some places for us. So that's what I would do there. So Raymond's saying Starlink equipment's on sale now. Wonder why. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this is a great point too. Part of being organized. Thank you, Sherry. For safety at night, always keep the keys handy and driver's seat clear in case you need to get off or drive off quickly. Yeah, my keys always go on the same key hook. And these chairs are all spun around and ready to go. I've got my sandals here. And when I'm street camping, I put on like gym shorts and a tank top. So if I need to get up, I don't have to go find my clothes, right? Don't get too boozed up so you won't know what's going on around you at the night. Yeah, this is Kim saying, I love the T-Mobile home internet. Love it. I travel with it some. Some people, I totally agree with you. It's really great, right? Mine sits under my table right here on the floor. It's nice. It's really been awesome. Oh, here it is. Thank you. EEA. Modywell is the name of the alternative to the Lavio dry flush. So Modywell. And I think they said they got it on Amazon. Let's see what other topics that I have for you that I thought might be compelling. Toilet systems, we talked about that. I'd highly recommend Harvest Host if you're not using Harvest Host. Why? A couple reasons. It takes you to places you probably wouldn't be at. You're supporting a small business. You get to meet the maker of whatever it is, whether it's farms or honey or maple syrup. I've been to breweries and distilleries, pack a farm. I mean, all these crazy places, and it's not that expensive. The all-in package is like $250 a year, but and then part of that is Boondocker Welcome. So again, if you're doing a harvest host for a night at, I don't know, brewery, but you found the town really cute, and there's a Boondocker Welcome in the same area. Harvest host, you can usually stay just one night, but Boondocker Welcome, you often can stay 3 to 5 nights on somebody's property. So I would highly recommend getting that. And then golf course are also part of the package. And that allows you to stay on a golf course parking lot. Anybody ever seen a golf course in a crappy neighborhood? Not very often. And you kind of run from harvest host to harvest host. And then every 5th, 6th day, I go to a campground to plug in, relax, do laundry, do tanks, and rinse and repeat. That's kind of what I do. So, all right, I'll take that off because everybody hopefully has that by now. Modi well. And let's see. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Peggy. Great live, Scott. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just really excited because our live next week is we've got VanLife Outfitters. They're going to be talking about peace, love, and vans, and they have a lot of really cool gear. They might even carry that toilet. I don't know. We'll have to ask them about it. And I'm really excited to bring these guys on because if you're looking to do some cool things with your van in 2025, whether you're maybe replacing a fridge, not only do they have cool gear, but they're really experts on the gear. We'll have them talk about their support and how they roll with that. This is the inside of one of Josh's vans. They've been doing this since 2016, so they are not new to the game. They've been doing this a long time. They have an online store. So join us for that next week. And then join us for the Embassy Live with Bob and Deb talking about their experience from moving from a van to a B+. And that's the B+ on the left side of the screen. They were in a Transit, I do believe, prior to that. So it's going to be a lively conversation. So join us at 4. Mark your calendars. If you go to my website, there's a link for the show already. So just put it in your calendar event and join us for that. That would be awesome. Okay, just a couple more questions. See if we got anything here. It's been an honor to have you here tonight and be in your wherever you are tonight, which is great. Appreciate that. We got some crazy videos coming up. I'm making this weekend that you'll see on Sunday. We're going to be busy for the next couple 3 months. So here's Rod. I now use RV overnight, same deal as Harvest Host, but more in where I travel. Good to know. Yeah, there's definitely some Harvest Host deserts, which is kind of interesting. RV overnights, I've never used that. There's RV Parky, I think is an app some people used. Here's Kyle. Kyle, thank you for chipping in. I own 3 of the T-Mobile 5G gateways, and they are great indeed. They're so fast. It's just amazing. Here's a good question. What credit card do I use? So I have the Citibank Costco Visa. Highly recommend it if you're a Costco member. They now have a 5% 4.321% deal, and the 5% is off a rebate, rather 5% rebate on all gasoline you buy at Costco, which is always the cheapest quality gas in town. And gas at other gas stations is 4%, and then it's a 3-2-1. I can't remember what the mix is, but and then you get cash rebate every year. So I put everything on that card as much as I can, pay it off every month. And I'm getting a lot back. In fact, this is February, so this is rebate cash month, right, from Costco. And I got a lot coming back. I'm pretty excited, which means I spent a lot. That's the way it rolls, I guess. But yeah, I would highly encourage you to look at that. Excuse me. We used to be big on airline miles, but we don't fly that often. So I think cash back is the way to go. Let's see. Uh, here's a J Mag. Sorry to have missed so many of your shows. I've been in Europe and loving it. Yeah, I'm hoping. Well, I love Europe. I mean, I'd move to Italy in a second, um, and never come back. But that's just me. I love Europe. It's so great. Asia too. I just love traveling. Right. I think it just keeps life curious. Appreciate that, EEA. Thanks for all the tips, everybody. All right, so we will say thank you very much for watching the live and the replay. We got some cool stuff coming up. Please visit my website, Go Small, Live Large, and it's all right there on the front page. And we're adding stuff as soon as I get them scheduled. And I'm really excited about our roundup in Florida, in Lake Worth Beach. That's near our home base. And again, GoSmallLiveLarge.com is where you can get the latest and greatest. So thank you, everybody. We'll see many of you in just a few weeks at Peace, Love, and Vans, and many of you at the Adventure Expo, the same thing, whatever it's called. And get your journey on, and peace be with you. We'll see you next week with VanLife Outfitters. Thanks for watching. God love you.